Good morning. Hey, the UPS man just delivered something wonderful at my house. 4 beautiful 5-gallon camouflage buckets. So I'm poking holes in them. I've got 4 here. This one I had poked 5 and 3 little ones at the top for air holes. I'm using my soldering iron here, and I poke them in from the inside. Seems to work the best. I don't want to breathe up those fumes. Now these I'll be using at the ranch. That's why I got the camo, so they kind of can blend in with the scenery. So the reason that I poke them only on one side like this is because when they sit on the chairs that I'm going to have them on, they are just slightly tipped. The chair just slightly tips them. And that is perfect to have holes just on one side like that. Now, supposing that I have a really hot, sunny time, I can turn them around so then they're tipped slightly this way, and that'll keep the water in there. So I like having the option of either having them draining over the edge like this or conserving water. The puppy girls are playing, wrestling in the car. They're usually pretty gentle. Sometimes they get too rough. Good one. The precious one? Yeah. She's older and wiser. I saw on the internet a cheap version of a drip irrigation system. And not that they're that expensive, but when you buy a kit, you get a lot of extra stuff you really don't need. So I'll show you what this system looks like and what parts I bought. I've got a 5-gallon bucket here that does not have any holes in it. And I bought 10 feet of this clear flexible tubing. I think it was $10. I bought a wing nut, a screw, and actually had this giant washer hanging around the house. So the theory of it is to squeeze down the tubing, and then I would stop the water flow, which is the way it is now, and then unscrew the wing nut and let it drip out just a little bit. So I have the bucket up on a table that's higher than the bucket right here I want to water. So let me get this going. I'll show you if it works. Okay, I adjusted the wing nut, so it's dripping kind of fast right now. But for $10 worth of tubing, a couple dollars worth of wing nuts and a screw, and of course the bucket I had, so for less than $20 I've got kind of a nice little drip irrigation here. Also, if I want to add more than one bucket on, I can just cut the tubing and run it to some more buckets. So I think it's a win-win. There, I've got it dripping a little slower. So that's my budget price drip irrigation system. Here's the popcorn plant, and there was a small ear growing in this area. You can see here one of the little black flea beetles I've been spraying. I've been using a mixture of water and isopropyl alcohol. Seems to be helping. There's some on here. But you can see the little kernels of corn there. And you can see how either a bird or these little bugs have ripped out where the corn silk was growing. The big ear is still looking nice. It's growing. I can feel how big it is here. The interesting thing is that this male part up here is not giving off any more pollen. And yet, the silk looks like it could use more pollen. So, that must be why they say when you plant corn, plant them in blocks, plant several, so they can pollinate each other. The other one I gave to the garden club, along with a bunch of other plants, and the people seem to really enjoy the plants. This is about all I have left on this section. Here I pulled a couple of the cantaloupe plants out of the compost bin where they were growing. Planted them in here. They look kind of happy. Then I have this section here with artichoke, lentils, and this is the big cantaloupe. It's got several babies growing on it. This one here. So we'll see how big they get.
Thank you so much for joining me today. I'll see you again next time. Adios. Jesus loves you. He's the exact image of the invisible God. Bye-bye.